Hello guys and welcome to my channel. My name is Kiki and let's jump into today's projects. For our first DIY, I'm gonna use this ottoman, that rubber paint, some fabric softener. Yes, I know that's kind of weird, but stay with me. I'm gonna let you know how we're gonna use it. Some water, a paper plate, and a spoon. Also, we're gonna need a paintbrush. And now I'm gonna mix my paint really nicely. I'm gonna pour it in my paper plate. I'm gonna add like a tablespoon of fabric softener. You see, it's like a tablespoon. And I'm gonna mix it really nicely. And then I'm gonna add some water to that mixture. You see, a little bit of water, just like a tablespoon also. And we're gonna mix it really nicely, like that. And then this is the fun part. We are gonna take our paintbrush and we are gonna paint the fabric of our ottoman. I know you expected me to paint the wood, but we are painting fabric today. So we're gonna give it a good first coat, just like that. And we're gonna paint it completely. Cover the sides, the front, the sides, the bottom, no, not the bottom, but cover it completely, like that. And look how beautiful that color is looking. It just changed the ottoman completely. Now we're gonna let it dry and then we're gonna come back and we're gonna give it a second coat, just like the first one, covering every single bit of fabric that we can see. And just like stomping a little bit that paintbrush so it gets in. Now we let it dry and now I've given it 3 coats of paint and I'm gonna let it dry completely. As you can see, it's still soft. And now I'm gonna take this antique wax and a sponge so we can sponge some of that antique wax to the sides. Look at that. It's looking like a mess, but I promise you it's gonna look good. So we're gonna sponge that antique wax, and as you can see, it's looking really good and it's making it look aged. And that's what we want for this piece. I want it to be boho but aged, kind of. It's been here a long time. And after we finish with that antique wax that we're gonna go around our ottoman and paint it like completely. After that, we're gonna let dry our antique wax really well. And then what we're gonna do is we're gonna take our stencil and I'm gonna take some white chalk paint. Let me just get it out. And we're gonna take that chalk paint and we're gonna transfer that stencil to our ottoman. Remember that if you like modern farmhouse boho decor, a couple of silly jokes like the one that I just did, subscribe because that's what I do here. And we're gonna continue just stenciling that beautiful flower type of mandala kind of thingy. And we're gonna continue doing that until we have it. Then we're gonna remove our stencil. And now I'm gonna come back with different type of dowels. You're gonna see this. It's so fun. And we're gonna make some dots around our ottoman. And for that, I'm using a pencil and 2 different types of dowels. And what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna get some white paint and I'm gonna go around my ottoman with that big dowel first. And then I'm gonna move on to the pencil that it's a little bit smaller than that big dowel. And I'm gonna make a dot on top of the other one, like that. And then I'm gonna come back with the smaller one and I'm gonna make another dot on top of those. After we finish with that, what we're gonna do is we're gonna make more dots in the center of those previous dots. I know, we have lots of dots, but it's adding to the boho feel And as you can see, I made some more dots. But those are a little bit more spaced than the first ones, as you can see here. And that will be it. We will have a beautiful boho ottoman. This is part of the Useful DIY Challenge, Boho DIY, hosted by Mom from MomDas Live Handmade and also Maria from Artsy Cupcake. In the description box down below, you're going to find the links to their channels so you can go and check them out. Also, I'm going to leave you the link for the playlist so you can go there and watch what everyone else came up with for this wonderful challenge. Remember that if you like modern farmhouse, boho decor, and a couple of silly jokes, that's what I do here. So subscribe and visit me on my social media. For our second DIY, I have my little helper here. That's my son. Those are his hands. He's my son. You can see it. We have the hands only on the video. And now I'm just taking some air dry clay, and he's gonna take some for his craft. And I'm gonna play around with my clay, and then I'm gonna take a bottle and make it flatter. Let me help him. And I'm gonna make it flatter with my bottle, just like that. Then I'm gonna come back with that plate that you see there. After I make it flat, I'm gonna come back with my plate and I'm gonna cut a circle using my plate as my bowl. It's not a plate. What am I saying? It's a bowl. Using that as a reference, and now I'm just cleaning the edges by using some water. Just like that, I'm just smoothing the surface using my fingers and some water. And now I'm gonna place it in the bowl and continue just flattening down those surfaces because they are a bit bumpy. And we're gonna continue adding out our water so we get it nice and smooth. My son is playing with his clay and he's out of the frame because he's having so much fun. And when we add enough water and it's all smooth and beautiful, we're gonna let it dry for a couple of days. I will say 2 days, and then I'm gonna take that rubber paint, and also I'm gonna take some deep red paint and I'm gonna mix them together so I can make a deeper type of terracotta. You know I love that color and it's so boho. And I'm gonna do a pattern to that, but well, my son was the one that wanted that pattern in the trinket tray, so yeah, I'm not happy with it, but we're gonna paint it in the color that I love. We're gonna paint and I'm adding a little bit more red, so it's a deeper color. It's looking red, but it's not red in real life. It's like a deep color terracotta. And now I'm taking white chalk paint and I'm gonna do the design that I'm not so happy about. But my son loved it, so that's more than enough. We're gonna make a couple of triangles like that, and we're gonna repeat those triangles in the top, in the bottom, and on the sides like that. And as you can see, I'm trying to fix it because I'm not happy with it. But after I fix them, I'm gonna make a circle in the middle, and that will be it. We will have a trinket tray, really boho. And that's it. Look, it's cute. And this is how they turned out. As you can see, we have over here the beautiful ottoman. I'm so in love with how it turned out. I just love that the pattern in the fabric make it look like aged and old and worn. I just love it. Look at that. It's beautiful. And over here we have the trinket tray. There it is. I'm not so in love with it, but my son loved it, so that's why it's here. And this is how it's looking. Remember that in the description box down below, I'm going to leave you the link to the playlist and also to our challenge hosts. I just want to take this opportunity to thank them for bringing us this awesome challenge. I love how this turned out. And remember that if you like it, hit the thumbs up. If you love it, subscribe so you can keep on watching this type of videos. Take care. Bye-bye.